Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. We are live on YouTube now. Make sure to join and let's analyze the market together. Bye, guys. Guys, we are live on YouTube. The link to the live stream is going to be on this video. Make sure to join and let's analyze together, make money together, lose money together. Also learn together. Peace out and see you guys there. Top of the morning, my guys. What up? Mr. Moderator, look at the time you are coming. Eh? How you guys doing? I'm trying to notify the Instagram people that we are live. What up, my people? How you guys doing? I hope you guys slept well. I hope you guys slept well. My brother is in the chat. My brother is in the chat box. Shout out to my senior brother. I can see him. Uh, let's continue. Well. Okay, let me shout out to the people we are live. Okay, guys, give me a minute. We took a loss when on was it on Monday? Sorry, on Tuesday. Oh, sorry, on Wednesday on gold, right? We took a loss on Wednesday, which is not bad. It's a normal thing. I think on Monday was we took profits. We made money on Monday. Then on Wednesday we took loss. It's not bad. Like I say every time, your target should be the weekly PNL. Sorry, the monthly PNL, right? So don't stress. Just try and make sure that you win. Like make sure that your wins are times three or times four of your losses. Do you understand? So even if you lose three times, if you lose three times, two of your wins or one of your win can put you back to the game. Do you understand? That's the main thing. That's what people don't understand about risk management. Do you understand? Risk management is, it's easy to say with the mouth, but it's very, very hard to implement when you are trading. That's what you have to understand. Risk management is easy to say with the mouth. My risk to reward is 1 is to 3 RR, 1 is to 5 RR. But are you consistent with that 1 is to 3 RR? Are you consistent with that 1 is to 5 RR? That's the question there. Are you doing it back to back to back to back to back? If you are not consistent with your risk management, then you are not even doing any risk management at all. Don't feel like because you did your strategy, my strategy gives me 1 is to 3 RR. No, risk management is when you are in the chart. Okay, it's not by saying it with your mouth. It's when you are in the chart. Can you perform that risk management that you are saying? Can you do it? That's the question there. Well, Windows. Let me share my screen. Hope you guys can see my screen well. Can you guys see my screen now? Can you guys see my screen? Good, great. So now, like I was saying, yeah, I wanted to like emphasize more on this risk management of a thing. Why? Because there was a little bit of somebody came to the chat forum and was saying a whole lot of things, and I had to I had to understand that, oh, this person doesn't even know how to your risk to you're like this person's risk management is bad. Now I'm going to explain why. Like I said, you can take seven losses and just three wins are going to put you back on. Am I making sense? As long as those your losses are, you don't pass a certain level. Let's say today, that's why when they talk about consistency, consistency applies to everything. Consistency in lot size, the lot size you use, right? If you are using 0.5 lot size when you are losing, okay, consistently use that 0.5 lot size when you are also winning. Am I making sense? Don't start reducing lot size. Maybe you are using 0.5 lot size when you're losing. Now you now want to start win. Now maybe you want maybe your next trade, you now want the next trade. Maybe okay, now let me give this as an example. Yesterday you took a trade with one lot and you lost $500 in your account. Then today now you are now kind of skeptical. Remember that the market is a probability. You don't even know if this trade that we are going to take if it's going to be profitable, right? Or if you are going to win the trade. Instead of you to maintain the lot size you used in taking that yesterday's trade, so even if you win today's trade, you will recover that yesterday's loss and make profit. But you would want to use a lower lot size because now at that point you tell yourself, Omo, let me take it small, small. Let me build up my account back. No. So yesterday you lost $500, and that $500 was maybe you were risking like 50 pips, right? And today you made like 200 pips. You closed a 200 pips trade, and you are using like instead of 0.5, you are now using like let's say 0.1. You see that even though if you make profit, you have more recovered than your yesterday's loss. Am I making sense? So everything when we talk about consistency applies to every single thing. Your lot size, your stop loss. Today you cannot be using 50 pip stop loss, while tomorrow you're using 70 or 100 pip stop loss. Everything has to, if you're using a stop loss, it should be 50, 50, 50. It should be consistent. Am I making sense? If you're using stop loss, it should be consistent. If you're using loss size, it should be consistent. That's what they call loss size consistency. If you guys were there when if you guys were around that time when we were trading Cortana, if you don't have loss size consistency, you cannot make money from Cortana. You can't make money from them. You have to have a lot size. You have to be trading one certain lot throughout your phase for you to be able to make withdrawals. So when we talk about risk management, there are a whole lot of things that comes in with risk management. It's not just 1:3 RR. I'm telling you, it's not it's not those RR of a thing. There are a lot of things. Just like let me give you guys another tip, right? When it comes to risk management, you don't risk more than you made the previous day. So now probably maybe yesterday you made like $500, right? You made like $500. Today again, you will not want to risk the whole $500 on that part, on that new day trade, right? So yesterday you risked like 500, you made like $500. Maybe today you might be risking probably like $200 or so, or maybe $300. Am I making sense? So it's I don't know, I don't know how to explain these things to you guys, man. This is part of the experience I'm talking about. You get experience is the best teacher. You would learn. You will definitely fail, but in the process of that failing, you will learn because if I did not fail, I wouldn't have known all these things. If you look at my board right here, you see never risk more than you made on your previous day. Maintain your risk at every given trade. Like I wrote down it's on my board here. I wrote down every single thing. Every morning when I wake up, I just look at my board and I'm like, I'm okay. Look at things like the less trades you take, the more profitable you get. I used to say things like this. Never overthink any situation. You can never go broke taking profit. Quality over quantity. Capital mindset. Sorry. Psychology preservation is greater than your capital preservation. A whole lot of things are on my board here. Are you getting it? So these are things that build you up as a trader. Honestly, these are things that will build you up. And you guys can see the ones I'm just calling out. There are a whole lot of them there, and also here. So when you talk about risk management, there's a whole lot of things that has to do with risk management. Okay. I think that is that. Let's move on. Can you guys hear me? Actually, let me know if you guys are still flowing with me. Can you guys hear me? Good. 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 So let's start with XAU, which is, we have our watch list for this week is just three pairs: XAU, USD, GBP, USD, and USD, JPY. Those are our three watch lists, and that's the only thing I'll be analyzing for this week. That's why it's called the weekly watch list. So basically, price got to what? Negative 27%. Okay. I mean, I'm trying to let me understand what's going on here. Okay, nice, perfect. So you guys can see, like I told you guys, I explained everything here yesterday. I said I'm still bullish on XAUUSD, right? I'm still bullish. Those people that are taking sales, I don't know where you guys are seeing sales from, honestly. But sometimes you just have to flow with structure, right? So everything structure wise is it telling you to buy? We are still seeing multiple highs, right? We are still seeing multiple highs. Well, I know that you guys, a whole lot of people lost money yesterday on XAUSD, probably because of how the market, the market doesn't have so much momentum. That's why, let me remove all these things, they're not nice. So, market has a very little momentum. Why? Because like I said, it's August, right? It happens every August. Not just August, it happens during summertime. You guys can see there were a whole lot of spike up, spike down, spike up, spike down. So in this kind of market condition, if your entries are not game, if your entries are not good enough, I mean, you get thrown off balance and definitely you blow your account, right? Because for before price made this whole push yesterday, it first did the push, it did another one, like it was doing like rigmarole for hours and hours and hours and hours. But consistently it was going up, right? But for those short term times, it was dumping like something like this now. Imagine you took a trade from here. Maybe probably you took your entry from here, right? Probably you took your entry from here and stop loss were maybe below here, like 50 pips. The market was now like, oh, you're like 130 pips in profit. Next thing, price just dumped all the way down again from 130 pips, from 131 pips, price dumped all the way down to like negative what 63 pips. Then your stop loss is hit. Do you understand? So this kind of market condition, it's not like as if it's not tradable, but it's kind of your entry has to be game. You have to be taking entries from areas like this, areas like this, areas like this. But once you miss those areas, trust me, you don't want to be in the market because price could basically fuck you over. Okay, because momentum at this point is not nice like we used to see before. That's why we are seeing a whole lot of weak here and there. For did you guys who took yesterday's good buys? Who took yesterday good buys? Were you guys did you guys take any trade yesterday? I mean, right yesterday I didn't even take any trade. Did you guys take any trade yesterday? How was it? For those that took the good buys, how was it? For those that took the good buys, did you guys take the good buys? Still holding the buys. That's great, Steven. That's great. Super proud of you, man. That's great. Who else? I've been in the buy since Tuesday, man. That's awesome. I did, but it sparked me out. Yeah, I mean it's normal, right? Like I said, the current market price action and momentum now is not really given. So if you get spiked out, it's not bad. You just have to work on your entries. So let's continue. So probably we are. What are we still seeing? We are still seeing that what price is giving us was higher. Some kind of would I call this a higher low? Price is giving us highs as of this point, and but this is still our target, right? This is still our target. Our target is still the negative 61.8. Since price has gotten to negative 38, negative 27%. So we are still aiming for negative 61.8, right? So how can we finesse this area? That's the question. So now we are still seeing highs, and look at your moving average, right? I mean, this one is not me now saying, you guys are seeing it. Your moving average is serving as a dynamic what? A dynamic support. Price is hitting it back to back. Whenever price gets to your moving average, it bounces up. Now it has gotten back to that level. We saw some kind of bearish exhaustion, and we are seeing a push up, right? So I mean, I want to like verify and validate that support if they are true supports. Give me a minute. Okay, good. Those areas are valid support areas. And what can we do here? Let's go to the 5 minutes. 5 minutes also. I mean, this is lovely. Honestly, man, I'm not even going to lie. It looks like today is going to be like a good day for us. So on 5 minutes, we are seeing some kind of break around here, some kind of minor break around here, right? Which is not bad. But I want to validate that to know if we are okay. Give me a minute. Okay, this is not bad. So wait guys, give me a minute. Okay, H4. So I'm still aiming for the buys. So now we have two entry models here. For those that want to be conservative in trading, you could probably mark off areas like this, kind of like a CTL. That's being conservative actually. A CTL, then you could take your trade after the break of this CTL, right? Take your the You could probably like place a buy stop, take your trade above the CTL, or you could probably also take your trade from here. I mean, for me though, I would love to take my trade from here actually. So this is 23, a 50% price is breaking. Yes, not bad. So I mean, you could basically take your trade from here. So get taking your trade from here gives you more what? How am I going to say? It gives you more good risk to reward, right? If you are taking your trade from here, why? Because now your moving averages are sorry, your support, your main support where you are aiming at is around here, right? So once the support is broken, you can actually take your trade. But if you are taking your trade from here, then imagine you see how your risk is getting higher. Am I making sense? But if you take your trade from here, right, your risk is I mean it's kind of lower, and you know when to get out of the trade very very fast. Do you understand? And your target is also going to be very nice. I mean probably around this area, around 180 pips. So this is not even a bad trade at all, but I would basically call it out for you guys. I'm trying to observe to know if I'm seeing a valid. I don't like how this candlestick is forming. This is kind of very weak. Remember, I told you guys that whenever you're taking a trade, right, and maybe you're looking for a bullish kind of setup, and you see this kind of weak. I think basically this was even what actually happened the other day when we lost the trade on gold. I wasn't paying attention to the 1 hour candle close because it closed very bearish. No, it didn't even close, not like very bearish, but it closed like kind of weak. And this kind of thing is something that is a no for me. So just going to sit on my hands to see how price reacts towards this area. Then see like a valid support, using my time frame correlation. Then I'll basically take my trade. So let's see. But I'm still bullish on gold. I'm still bullish. This is my target. Let me go to the 1 hour and mark it off so I'll know where I'm aiming at. It's very, very good to be accurate. Good. So now, okay, M30, M5. So if we are aiming, this is our aim. We already have a particular aim. So, but on M5, this is where we'll be looking at for our entry, right? So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Price is trading above the 5 minutes moving average, showing us that what the momentum on 5 minutes is gain, is bullish. On the higher time frame, which is the M30, like we are seeing that price is giving us multiple highs, which shows us that what momentum at this point is still what bullish. And price is what trading above moving average. So the lower time frame and the higher time frame are positively correlating. Am I making sense here? Also on the 4 hours time frame, kind of like a cross of the moving average, showing us that what from price being bearish around here, now we are seeing price to transit to the bullish. Price is transiting from that bearish flow to the bullish flow on the 4 hours. You remember that ripple effect, something has to happen on the lower time frame before it start occurring on the higher time frame. So we started seeing all those buys and momentum shift on the lower time frame, but I think it is currently now happening now on the higher time frame. So everything is set for the buys, honestly, guys. Everything is set for the buys, but I mean, you need confirmations before taking a trade, and that is basically what I am looking out for on XAUSD. Let's go to GBP before XAU gives us a setup. I mean, we already seen a setup actually. Let's say a confirmation. So let's go to GBP. So GBP, we analyzed this, and this was probably this was, let me make it a bit thick. So I said I needed to see a breakout of this area, and you guys we saw it perfectly well. Price broke above that level. This is the reason why you should need a random line when you are trading. So price broke above our random line, tested that random line, and see how the moving average price was still trading all the way above our moving average, showing us that what momentum on the M30 is what still bullish, right? Momentum is still the momentum is still bullish. Volume is still bullish. Structure is still bullish. Everything's still looking for the buys. I mean, I saw people were taking sales on GBP, but like I said, I'm not against people's setup because they might be seeing what I'm not seeing, and I'm also seeing what they are not seeing, right? So if you are the kind of people that trade SMC, VGC, or maybe something, or GRE, or those things, I don't know what all those things yet. But if you guys are the people that trade it, try and also learn structure. Okay, try and also learn structure. Okay, because it is very important in any kind of strategy you are trading. Make sure that you implement structure first, because structure is like the skeleton of the market. Trust me, this is what builds up the market. So without you knowing it, um I don't see how you can cope up very well. Just like somebody taking a sell here. Why? Maybe probably because this is an imbalance or FVG or whatsoever they call it. Looking at, and you know that structure wise, everything is still giving you higher lows, but you are trying to blind yourself. You are trying to lie to yourself that structure is not the main thing, and you are looking at your FVG. I mean, that's being, I don't know. I don't want to use any kind of crazy words here, but price is playing out for the buys. For if you people were for those that pay attention to what I give out, because I know out of 100% of the community, only 10% pay attention to what I'm saying. Everybody feels like they are boss of their own. Everybody feels like they know better than, they are the best. But for those that are flowing with what we are giving out in the community, you guys could have been taking buys on GU, and you guys could have been in massive profit. Okay. And one thing I also want to say is, understand that every time in the community, I will not be saying buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. Just from my mess setup, you guys can generate a signal for yourself, right? Just from the mess setup I give out, you guys can generate signals for yourself. So for someone that has been flowing with us on GU, I mean, this week would have been a very nice week for you, because you could have been taking the buys, right? But I don't know, man. I don't know what to say again. I don't know how to tell Nigerians to do what is right, but it's fine. Um, GU, what we are asking ourselves now is, what is next, right? What is next? Um, H4 price has definitely broken out of the moving average of the H4. So now we could probably be targeting H1. I mean, on H1, price is kind of like, price has broken. No, price has continued. I mean, remember, this is still our target, right? Remember, I used to say this every time. Higher lows, higher lows. Price just came all the way to test this area. I mean, structure is the game, right? This is what just happened. This is basically what just happened. Am I communicating here? This is basically what just happened. Price came all the way down to 100%, tested 100% of that previous resistance, previous support that was created, tested 100%, and continued the push. Am I making sense? So price just tested 100% here, and we are seeing that push up again on sorry, on GBP USD. Sorry, I'm trying to confirm something, guys. Give me a minute. Uh, okay, higher lows. I'm trying to confirm something, guys. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I think there's a mistake here. Sorry. Black. Okay. Okay. This is already a higher. Oh. Guys, sorry. There was a mistake. Like I said, I mean, I was looking at structure, but it wasn't looking all clear to me. This is not a test. Sorry, this is not a test. I wasn't paying attention to this. This is a higher low, right? Because this gave birth to a new higher high, right? So it's a higher low, and it was basically broken. Price broke this higher low, right? And we saw some kind of structural shifts around here. So looking at what we are seeing here, this is kind of like a structural shift for the bearish move. So we could probably say point A to point B. I mean, sorry guys, I remove this. Whenever you're trading, you have to be flexible, man, and don't let your ego get in the way. Don't always feel like you are right. Do you understand? So I was looking at it, I was like, I mean, this area is kind of like a higher low, and this is a higher high. So price has basically broken below this. We are seeing some kind of lower highs being formed, and this is a lower low. Probably price just respected this resistance, and this was like a kind of like a short-term buy. So currently price is sitting at 61.8. For We are going to be anticipating another lower high to be formed for the drop. So for we to see this on the GBP USD, then probably on USD JPY, that buys would be something that we should be aiming for. But before we start taking any sales on GU, I mean, we need to see a proper structural shift on this lower time frame. Am I making sense? A proper structural shift on this lower time frame, most likely from the 5 minutes. most likely from the 5 minutes. There's still tendency before you start taking that sales, right? Guys, I want to say something. This thing we just drew here, right? There's still tendency of price doing what? Of price going all the way to 100%, right? 100%, and we'll see a drop. Am I making sense? So we could still see a bullish continuation. That is why I said for you to transit from that buys to the sells, right? Even though that we already know what the higher time frame structure is showing us, right? But we just cannot start finessing that higher time frame structural shift because it is not positively correlating with what we are seeing on the lower time frame. Am I making sense? The higher time frame now is giving us a lower highs, some kind of break of higher lows, and a lower low, right? So what we are aiming for, or our expectations now, is to see a new lower high is being formed. But you don't make your expectations blind you from what is going to happen or what is happening in the market, because you are expecting for the price to start giving you a lower highs, but on your lower time frame, which is more of like the 15 minutes time frame, we are still seeing what? We are still seeing highs being created, right? We are still seeing little things like this being created. Am I making sense? So this could continue like this till it gets to what? Till it gets to 100% of this area, till it gets to till it tests 100%, which is here, till it tests 100%. So on that lower time frame, we can still see a buy continuation, right? Until maybe price gets here, it's kind of like it now drops, right? Or for you to say you want to start taking, sorry, for you to say you want to start taking the sales, you need to see this lower time frame positively correlate with your higher time frame. Well, what do I mean? I mean you need to see something like this, right? You need to see something probably like this, some kind of shift on the lower time frame. So now you know that now the fact that my higher time frame, I'm expecting a lower high to be formed, and I'm seeing a very structural shift on the lower time frame. Are you guys seeing the correlation? And probably maybe this is happening on maybe on like 61.8 fib level of that what retracement of that fib retracement on my higher time frame. So everything is now like pointing out for the what? For the sales. At that point, you can now take your sales, right? And one thing that is very important again, you want to see momentum shift, right? Because if momentum doesn't shift, then it's going to be very hard for you to place that sell. Price will basically take you out multiple times before you start going towards your direction. Okay, so momentum has to shift, momentum has to shift, structure has to shift, and your time frame correlation has to be in place before you start looking out for that sell on GBP USD. Am I making sense? So gold, we are still looking out to see how it's going to react. Are you guys still here with me? Are you guys still here with me? My fans, my people. So we have 26 people and we have 19 likes. When that one starts, I beg. When did that one start? What's the rule of the game? Okay. So let's continue. USDJPY. After USDJPY, we call it a day. USDJPY. So are you guys seeing what I'm saying? This is basically what I'm saying. So if we are seeing GBP USD to be if we are seeing GBP USD to be struck to be shifting on that higher time frame, more of like that's what we are basically seeing on USD kind of like an inverse correlation. I used to do that in 2022 and it was working perfectly well, funny enough. But now market will tear your white, stain your white, sorry, and tear your clothes. So I feel like on USD JPY, Not actually, I feel. I mean, what I am seeing actually, because I mean, see what is happening here on USDJPY. On this is a daily time frame. I'm seeing a support is being built up, right? Price is building up a support around that level. This previous higher low is still very much maintained, right? Price is trading above the moving average, showing us that what momentum is bullish on this. I think that is why this thing has refused to sell. This is why GBP USDJPY has refused to sell, because I mean I'm like, why has this thing been ranging inside of this place since? So this higher low is still maintained. Price is trading above moving averages. Um, H1, what can we see out of that H1? I mean, let's just die this. Remove the sales. The sale. I'm not seeing sales again on this pair USDJPY, but it's not giving me. I mean, even though we are still seeing moving average to still be below the market. I'm sorry, still above the market on that lower time frame, which is on our 1 hour time frame, which tells us that what the higher time frame and the lower time frame is not positively correlating. Am I making sense? It's not positively correlating, because on the higher time frame, what are we seeing? We are seeing a bullish bias, we are seeing a bullish kind of structure, but on the lower time frame, we are seeing a bearish bias and we are seeing a bearish kind of structure, right? So they are not positively correlating. Am I making sense? So me taking a trade on this pair now, I mean, my confidence level is not even going to be that strong, right? So I want to see these two time frames, or these two phases of my analysis correlate, right? In computer science, they'll say move in tandem, move in a straight line, exactly. So what would I be looking out for on USDJPY? Probably I'll be looking out to see, for those that don't have the moving average, you could also use this as a CTL, a counter trend line. Use your counter trend line. So you most likely want to see price break out of your counter trend line, and also be very detailed when you are trading. Look at see something that's happening here, right? You see that what price is giving you, what this is like price is now giving you little highs, right? It's like it's building up, structurally, it is building up for that buys. Am I making sense? That's why I said on that higher time frame, um market is building up support around that level. That is why we are not seeing sales, because I mean I did not see anything that was holding this sale from going to our TP, right? But seeing this now, I think price is trying to build up, structurally. Price is trying to build up for that buys, right? Also to build up momentum to break above this moving average and also this CTL. So I mean, once we see a break kind of like this, maybe kind of a lower highs, then from there you can take your trade. In Yoruba land, they say Otilo, right? So I mean, it's easy peasy. Just understand details, man. Understand details. Understand how to use trend line. Understand how to read the chart, naked chart. Understand candlestick analysis. Understand volume, momentum. Understand moving averages. All these things, like, I don't know. That's why I said I don't use strategy. I flow with the market, right? I break down the market and I understand what is actually happening. You guys can see how we are understanding everything now. Structure, okay, this happening here, this is happening here. We have to bring this together to get this. Um, that is how I trade. But that doesn't mean that how you trade is not also profitable. Yours is also profitable, but we have different methodology to approaching the market. Okay, so let's check XAU. XAU is kind of like reacting towards this area, but let's see how it goes. But guys, if I see a setup, trust me, I'm going to call it out for you guys. Okay, that's certain. I'm going to call it out for you guys, and we will all eat today. All right. So peace out, my lovely people. Thank you guys for always being here, for always joining. Can you guys hear me? Thank you guys for always joining. I mean, it encourages me to do more for the community. Even though our turn ups are not that crazy, but I mean, with time, this is where consistency, right? I want you guys to, I like the fact that you guys are flowing with this, because at some time, at some point in life, our live stream is going to get into like 1,500 views, 5,000, 2,000. But this is the early beginnings, right? And you guys are here. So when in the nearest future, when I was saying that there were times that we were 18 viewers here, people will not think I'm lying. You guys are part of the 18 viewers, right? And you guys will still be here when we get to like 1,000 views, 10,000 views, and all, right? It's time. Time is all it takes. Okay, time is all it takes. Okay, so I'll see you guys when I see you guys, and peace out, everybody. Bye, guys. Bye.